Whatever, man.
All right, so once again, we're up to A+ production here in Copa America this week. Fear Dragon has once again canceled on us, which sucks a little bit, and I think I'm just going to stop trying to rely on him. Much love to Fear Dragon, but he's got a lot of other priorities that keep coming up, so every week I come in, I'm like, hey, you good to go, man? He's like, yeah, and then something really important comes up, like legitimately, so he has to cancel, and I'm like, great, because I have been expecting you to do this. I don't have anything set up yet, so I guess probably tonight I'll have to take a few to actually get this set up properly, because I'm sure the Copa people would prefer that I use their map intros and their overlays and all these other things. Although we do have this thing at the top, so that's always good. Anyways, Copa America now underway. A best of 3 in the group stage here. This is the first match of the day, so there's still a winner's match. There's still a loser's match. And well, let's just hop into it, shall we? Spawning here in the bottom right corner of the map, it is going to be the blue Protoss player, Gosudark.
Nipper left Oz, the red Protoss. It's Evil Geniuses, Huck.
Where's the black banner? There's usually that black banner that goes with the sponsor logos and whatnot.
Well, you have to ask yourself the question, was it ever really necessary?
It looked sleek, it looked clean, it looked nice. I enjoyed it.
Well, this one looks perfectly fine too. I mean,
okay, fair enough.
yeah, I don't know.
Just to address something real quick here too before we get too into it, guys. If you've missed my announcements on Base Trade TV about this, my lighting recently broke for my green screen. That's why I'm not actually actively using the green screen in the background of the cast here between games. The problem with green screens are they require a lot of lighting to work efficiently, and mine are all dead. I've ordered a proper lighting set instead of my $5 Walmart getup, but that's going to take some time to get here. So there you go. Hopefully when other people ask about it, someone to check and they'll answer for me. So that'd be pretty cool.
Why,
look, we're both wrong, by the way. You bite the bullet.
Oh yeah, that's right.
But if you bite it and you swallow, then you're eating it. So
what do you do with grenades?
throw them at other people. Don't pull that pin out and hold it. That's not gonna go well for you.
Oh, okay. I know. I get it.
I like how we're talking about combination grenades and friendly fire. Yet we have no Terrans today.
Oh yeah, did you? I'm sorry. This is kind of off topic, but a team in StarCraft2 is sponsored by an ammunition company. Ammunition company. Ammunition company. I thought that was so weird.
No, what team? I've never heard of this.
Team Ascension.
Wait, are they support? Because didn't they just get? I thought they were sponsored by like a bullet factory or bullet company now.
Ammunition.
Oh, you're saying ammunition. I thought you were going to animation. Like,
no.
They like to make cartoons and carbot stuff.
No. Although, actually, speaking of animation and esports, I'm not gonna lie, League of Legends had kind of a really sick hype thingy for their worlds. I'm kind of jealous, like, of that. They actually got the core animators to animate a bunch of their shit, and I'm like, oh, you're gonna be kidding me. That's cool. Yes, it is cool, and Imagine Dragons made the song for them specifically, so that's fine. No jealousy.
Well,
it's all good.
There's that really sick StarCraft video that gets linked, I feel like once a month, like the old GSL intro thing.
You're probably talking about the old OSL, the one like the comic books.
Yeah, that one. Sorry, OSL.
Yeah, OSL had really cool intros too, but the days of that have kind of gone, and it's like, oh man,
legit.
Back,
that's
though,
where I
seriously.
would want to spend some base trade money if we like knew people to
like
do that.
Like a really sick intro. Like I thought that I actually was like really tempted to do that as a as like my part of my portfolio for school, but then I was like, oh, animation is kind of hard.
Animation's not hard, it's just tedious. For those who don't know, by the way, we got a very dull game well, actually, Huck throws on his third gateway, so this might not be a dull game. But I was gonna say, I actually did animation for a long time. That's what I was trying to do before I got to broadcasting, and it sucks. Try to sit there and draw the same frame, slightly different, over and over and over.
Yeah, we were taught like traditional animation as well as flash animation, and like, granted that comic book style really isn't a whole lot of animation. It's mostly just like still frames, but just like with the production like After Effects. But
yeah.
Anyways, oh god, good force field right there.
Yeah, almost stops the stalker. However, by chasing this Gosudark, kind of has to chase it first off. But by chasing it, now walks away from the ramp, and the actual 3 gates coming here in just a moment. Huck does have that 3rd gateway completed. It is just turning into warp gate here in a moment's time as it completes. I mean, he's got a lot of stalkers already in play, but he's gonna have a lot more in a moment's time. And Gosudark technically speaking here, because there's no blink, through about 3 force fields and a photon overcharge, should be able to buy himself enough time to actually get an immortal out. To get probably, in fact, 2 immortals out.
Yeah. Unfortunate that Huck couldn't take advantage of the fact that the sentries are so far away from the force field. But he got a scout, right? And I don't necessarily call it a really great scout because Huck really doesn't know what he's still doing. He saw 2 gateways, assume that there's a third, of course, because one of them has to be finished. But nothing else, really. So he does let down the robo. It was gonna be the tech that he was gonna go to anyways. But of course, you know, maybe if he saw, I don't know, like a robo, right? He saw the robo that Gosudark put down. He holds off on the robo a little bit longer and tries to pressure, but instead he just, you know, he doesn't even do the 3-gate pressure. He just, slaps it down, get an observer, and get your own Nexus.
I think this is really cool, by the way, if you're listening to Phoenix, Oracle instead of Phoenix. Huck obviously didn't fall for it, but there's that small chance that, oh, that's a Oracle, you waste an overcharge, move units out of position or whatnot, but yeah, Huck expands while this is going on, so he doesn't actually go full on with the 3-gate. I think a big part of this, too, is seeing those 2 sentries at the top of the ramp. He knew he wasn't going to break that anytime soon. There's still a pylon down here, but this is no threat at all.
Yeah, unless it went unscouted, which would have been quite the oversight from Gosudark.
Yeah, so one of the big things here, too, Gosudark, with that hallucinated Oracle, did see the expansion of Huck. It's really hard to gauge when to take expansions, and honestly, you'd have to go deep within the mind of a PvP master like Parting to get like the precise like when's good, when's not good to expand. Because most of the time, and we joke about this, but really it's like, oh, my opponent expanded, I better do that too, like just so I don't fall behind.
Yeah, I mean basically once you scout it, you're like, okay, so how far away is it, and should I just try and all in from here, or you know, try and expand as well? Okay, so wow, Gosudark throwing down 2 Stargates really early. I mean, it's got to be for Void Rays, right? Like. Tempests.
You know what? Probably is the logical choice, but how sick would it be to like have this crazy Phoenix production come out of nowhere? It'd be horrible because okay, he scouts it, but it still would be cool.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, it's got to be for Borders, right? Like, yeah.
Yo, and before he's changing the meta, this is actually 2-base carrier.
Well, it was like
2-base carrier PvP.
I was thinking like 2-base Tempest, right? But usually we see 2-base Tempest because,
that's
like honestly, because they see like a Colossus count that's always ahead of their own, and they can't catch up, so they go for the Hail Mary pass and hope they get enough Tempest out to win. So, but that's way too early. Okay, it is Void Rays.
Yeah, it is.
But,
oh my god, the only logical choice,
my god, this is perfect, right? Because PvP, I actually hate a lot of things PvP apparently. DTs and Void Rays. We're going to see how Huck handles this. Obviously he can't really push in a lot on 2-base like right now because he doesn't like set up an all-in or anything.
Easy peasy.
No.
You say no, but I'm telling you yes.
I went Mass Archon against it, and it was a no.
I've seen actually White Rock come back from some pretty sick situations using Archons against air. So, I mean, granted, White Rock is a bit of a relic at this point. Games I'm referencing are near the start of Heart of the Swarm, but still, the core elements are there.
Yeah, it used to be like people were like, you would either go like Colossus did die down a lot, especially in the beginning. It's kind of come back, honestly, more than anything. But yeah, it was like Voiders versus Archon Charge. Like that was the 2 things that you did in early Heart of Swarm. But he gets a Colossus Robotics Bay, Colossus Den, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, he scouted that too, so I'm really curious on the stats for this, because truthfully speaking here, I mean, Colossus, I guess, could technically wipe out the ground, you know, kill the Immortals with Splash, kill the Sentries so that his Stalkers then could advance forward for the Void Rays, but I don't know that I love that choice if that's the case. Then this might just be to have for later on, but wait a bit of a warp in. Double Immortals from Huck, jumping around the main. These are really annoying because, of course, combined they can blast down probes real fast and annihilate pylons, which doesn't seem like that big of a deal, but it's really easy. It's surprisingly easy to get supply block into this Protoss.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you know, he has Void Rays, so we can go ahead and make sure that doesn't happen.
This poor probe. I'm so sorry.
Oh.
You're now gone and useless.
Dude, Huck, double Robo too? Like, what?
Double Robo all the way.
Whoa. That's gotta be the plan, right? So either he misread
okay,
the situation,
no, I got this. You know what it is? He's gonna make so many Colossus that the Void Rays can't kill them all.
Ah, yes.
The killbot theory coming into effect once again.
Yes, quite. It's gotta be what you said, right? Like, hopefully the Colossus kill all the ground armies, so like the Voiders left alone. But honestly, I don't know. By the time Huck is like when is Huck gonna push out?
Like, that's what concerns me the most here. Like, our upgrades
or
are good.
Archons. Like, even just stalkers kind of suck against, like, 10 plus void rays.
Yo, we just killed that probe. I'm so sorry, man. I knew that was gonna happen. That's like...
You didn't deserve it.
It's a Walter White scenario.
Spoilers, oh my god.
He's got cancer. You knew he was gonna die eventually.
Well, I actually did see the ending, so I know how he dies.
Did you watch the whole series? Let's not spoil it, but did you watch the whole series yet?
No, I just saw the ending.
Okay. Man,
a third Stargate.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Man,
it's literally a mouse void rays. I mean, like
it's so silly to say. Like, Hawk doesn't have the means to deal with this properly right now. This is
so the army from Gosudark. Yeah.
Okay, no, hold up. This is what I don't like. Like, if he's actually gonna go Tempest off this, Tempests are a horrible thing to make initially. They're like the best reactionary thing in the game for PvP, but they're horrible to make initially because they're so easy to counter if you recognize that's what your opponent's wasting all their gas and money on. And Hawk has been relentlessly scouting this whole game.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Hawk's probably not going to push out, right? That's what I was going to ask. Is like, when is Hawk going to push out? And it's honestly probably not until, like, maybe max? Maybe? And that gives Gosudark so much time to get that really scary army. Like, 5 Void Rays and, like, the hand... Oh, my God, it's carriers.
Oh, my God. Can we get some hype for Gosudark? Like, this is actually...
Oh, my God.
Okay, let's talk about carriers for a moment, because you don't see this enough for people to be fully educated on them. And I want to stress, carriers are objectively horrible units because of how easily they are taken down. But they come with a lot of health. Interceptors are quite expensive, and he's getting grabbed on Catapult right off the bat, which actually makes carriers, I think, one of the #1 DPS units in the game.
Uh-oh. Yeah, he's not waiting as long as I thought he would. He's pushing out right now. His army is still pretty big, and while there isn't a whole lot of anti-air, honestly, like...
Exactly, that's the problem. Look at this. The Void Rays are going to chew through these Blink Stalkers.
He's gonna hit as the carriers come out, which means that they will not have the interceptors. Like, that's the one unit you have to consider. Like, they don't just pop out and help. They have to, like, take time.
They come out with 4 though, so it's not like they don't have
any. They do. It just,
it's 3 carriers as well. I mean, that's...
And you wanna try and micro the carriers too. The micro capabilities of carriers in StarCraft 2 are still not as good as they were in Brood War, even though they kind of like did like an update for Heart of the Swarm.
Well, the biggest upgrade, was being able to move now. That's huge. If you guys have not used carriers yourselves, you won't understand the finesse of what we're describing. But basically, beforehand, if you tried to move the carriers, it would like recall all the interceptors, and it was such a dumb, stupid, horrible situation. Now you can actually move them away from what's shooting them and still have the interceptors attack.
Yeah. Dropping the main goes off as well, so Hawk really trying to... Well, he might...
Oh, Gosudark doesn't have enough to stop this, actually. 3 Zealots warped in?
That's not gonna be enough. You know what's so funny? He only has, like, 3 gateways.
That is true.
Like,
Mothership overcharges
can't warp in enough.
He's going for cannons here. His air army actually has to stay consolidated. He can't really afford to bring this back to the main. Maybe 1 Void Ray. Like, maybe
he's sending
1.
back... Oh, God, he's gonna lose his Nexus.
He is.
Nexus. It wasn't even that big of a whooping.
This is actually kind of a big deal, because this opens the way for him to possibly, like, Hawk says, wow, that was easy. Maybe he keeps warping him. Maybe he goes and kills the Stargates. Maybe he kills everything else here. Cannon's going down once again. Mothership Corps doing what it can to aid the fight, but still the army stays at the front. The second Hawk sees those carriers come in the back, that's when he pushes that 3rd. He'll kill that and probably recall out before any issue really comes into play.
Yeah.
Oh,
he could send just
please.
one
Why?
carrier, like...
Not even just a Void Ray. Like, don't even send a carrier.
Yeah.
He's got to kill
at least clean up the War Prism, please. Like, at least. Let's get on that. Let's put a pylon over there so you see that he's even warping in over there.
Does he
How
not
about
know?
we do that?
Maybe he just thinks it's like a drop, not even a warp in. I mean, like, that War Prism probably went home by now. Because he withdraws.
Stop.
Hawk's +2 weapon upgrades, sorry, +3 weapon upgrades, my mistake, on these Zealots are working fantastically. He does send 1 carrier back towards the main. Helping a bit.
What Hawk is thinking.
Hawk's probably just like, well, Zealots versus carriers. What do you know? Never thought this would be the counter, but Zealots work pretty darn good when your opponent has no ground. War Prism was finally chased off by the Void Ray, so this alleviates for now. But Hawk takes a 4th while this is going on. He's going to set up really nicely. DT's on the way, which is going to be fantastic considering there is no real detection here for Gosudark. He's got 1 observer. Where is this 1 observer?
In the army.
Okay, it's with the army.
It's in the U.S. Air Force apparently.
Alright, we're going to push at the front. There are Archons in this now. But
yeah,
this
makes
army's
it scare. It's just Void Rays, man.
Well, you know what though? He's got Storm.
No.
So the AoE's going to blanket this army that clumps up so notoriously badly, right?
Okay, that's true. That's a good point for Hawk. But I really like what Gosudark did to, like, he knew this attack was coming, and he tried his best to do something with it. By putting on these pylons, he messes up the AI of the Archons, and the Archons are kind of the scariest thing. Oh,
kind
but
of
the
like
Archons. Oh, good.
It's not the Archons that are so scary though. It's those storms, man.
Yeah, the storms certainly were scary. Huck really almost opened himself up to losing a bunch without.
Huck made the choice to disengage with the photon overcharge. Sorry,
oh god, this is not going to work out well.
But yeah, he turns around as soon as it wears off. He timed that out pretty much perfectly. However, the Archons are dissipating to the fire of these units, and the carriers look like they are going to reign supreme.
Look, see, this is what happens.
General, the Colossus don't chase the Stalkers because, of course, there's still zealots and such raining into the third.
Good job for Huck. Just goes in with what he can, knowing that they're going to die anyways. Tries to kill the third.
But here's the thing, like Huck, he loses a good chunk of his army. This is scary to consider, but he can remake this. It's really not that big of an issue off of 4 bases. He's actually
he's gonna get both Nexus. Oh my god.
No way. He is. Those Immortals added just enough DPS. The Zealots aren't gonna go down here fast enough. He loses 1 at the natural. Stalkers are trying to focus fire on top of the carriers, but Interceptor DPS, man.
They're both really not banking a lot of money, but Huck can warp in a lot of Archons because the gas tank is really what's high.
It's not good. I can safely say I've never seen a PvP play out quite like this, and I'm enjoying every second of it.
Kind of thank Jesus, right? Like.
He's going for a Dark Shrine himself, so he's going to match Huck's potential. I mean, Dark Templar are a big nuisance. We kind of talked about this before the cast started, but I think the scariest thing is the fact that this air army really didn't take a dent to it. Like, the Voiders went down, and quite frankly, as weird as that is considered, not that big of a deal. These big, expensive, clunky units, because the carriers are even bigger, more clunky, and more expensive.
What's really important is that Gosudark just doesn't have an economy. You know, like, if he had all 3 bases this entire time, he would already be at least above 100 supply, right? But when you're dipping below 100 supply and you're not like in a base trade scenario, that's usually a really bad sign for any race. Gosudark has a scary army, that is for sure. And Huck certainly needs to buy time. But
if he recalls, though, it's actually going to hang out, and he'll be able to focus fire at least 2 of the carriers down in that recall. He's turning around and said, this is a much smarter choice. If he had recalled, I think he would have lost a good chunk of his army. He's still going to lose the Nexus either way, which sucks. Doesn't rebuild the natural base, doesn't have the money for it. Is he just going to go for a base trade? He's saying, screw this, Huck.
He can't, he doesn't have enough stuff to win a base trade. If this army was like 150, I'd be like, yeah, go for it.
And if there wasn't pylons littered everywhere on the map, there's double warp prisms even set up too. I mean, there's, oh man, Huck had control of this game. Like, as scary as this army was, like, Huck made it so he didn't have to A-move, right? Like, he never had to take that fight head on in the big one engagement.
I really don't think Gosudark ever got to that point where, like, the army just looked pretty unbeatable, right? He had, like, really slow production after a while. He kind of, like, he was making 3 carriers at a time, but it took so long, so he was stuck at, like, 8 Void Rays and a handful of carriers for so long. I thought he would be up to, like, 15 Void Rays and, like, 8 carriers by the time that one fight happened. Yeah. And even, like, that fight went well for him, which was so surprising. No
feedback on the mothership floor. Yeah, really nice choice there. Now the Archons and the Stalkers get underneath carriers. Focus fire going down, and this is where these big, clumsy, clunky units start falling apart. Huck has too many Stalkers. The supply is just not existent, and down to 1 mined-out base. This is going to be the game in the favor of Huck. But, I mean, goddamn, if Gosudark didn't give us a show for it.
I know, right? And, like, seriously, why these words? So many bling Stalkers had to be used.
Well, congrats to Huck as he takes game number 1.
Yeah. I really wonder if Gosudark has had a very successful win rate with that strategy.
You know, I bet you he has. Because, truthfully, it's that scenario, like, that moment where Huck, instead of running for his life, chose to attack. That's the difference of, like, a Grandmaster and a competitive player. Right there. Like, knowing to go for the throat instead of just, like, running back home and hoping to save a Colossus or 2. So I imagine on ladder, he's probably gotten quite a few weird wins with that build. Maybe it's the first time he ever used it. I don't know, but well played nonetheless. Alright, what's map number 2 here? Merry-Go-Round. I'm gonna try and... Oh, you know what? I was having this bug earlier during the show matches where I couldn't find any ladder versions of maps. I still can't, yeah. I don't know. What's up with this? Do I have like a filter on that I don't understand? Can you host Merry-Go-Round and we'll just, we'll ninja invite them to it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't look. I tried this on all servers because I thought maybe it was just Europe, but I can't find ladder editions of maps. It only comes back with not ladder editions of maps.
That is weird.
It's just
Well, I'm in the player chat for once, so.
Oh, me too. So
oh, no.
Like, let me just help you out. I don't know why we're not always in the player chat, but yeah, whatever. All right, cool beans. So we're gonna be hopping into game number 2, guys. As Gosudark tries to bring this back. Looks like the other series has concluded. I don't know who won or lost that one, but yeah, Huck versus Gosudark. Game number 1 in the favor of Huck, if you're just joining us. And I kind of want Gosudark to do something crazy again. It's one of those things where it's like, look, you know what? Maybe you know you're not going to beat Huck, but if you go down in style, that's how you get new fans, right? Like,
It's true. Nope.
well, head mistress Zombie Grub in charge of this lobby.
I don't like being in charge of lobby.
Oh man, a new Final Fantasy trailer is released. I can't wait for you to explain to me the story of this game.
Oh, is it? What is it? What is it?
Final Fantasy 15 gets a stylish new trailer, apparently,
Oh.
according to my newsfeed.
8 takeaways from OS 15's wild-looking Tokyo.
I'm so fancy. Everybody knows. I can't sing. I'm stopping. All right. Go for map number 2.
Yeah, I made you referee. Don't kill me.
So you know what's amazing? You know how I mentioned before, parents are lonely, so they come hang out at our house. Well, more like our apartment. We've never ever used the fireplace this whole time my sister and I have lived here. Ever. I think once, maybe during a power outage. But for some reason, my dad wants to tinker with the fireplace. So everything smells like gas right now. Oops, sorry, we were in the game screen and I lost it. So yeah, if I suddenly stop commentating, I've probably passed out due to some sort of gas that is getting leaked. I don't know. Anyways, welcome back to Copa America, guys. This is still the first series of this group stage. Spawning here in the top right corner of the map, it is going to be the blue Protoss player who plays this game with a bit of style. Give it up for Gosudark.
The upper left as the red Protoss. It's EG's Huck.
So we kind of talked a little bit about the last game after the series, but I just want to touch base on the fact again, like Huck went for what we expected him to do last game. Opened with a 3-gate, he was going to try and win through aggression. Gosudark already knew that, so he stopped it at part 1. And he tried to throw a curveball to Huck with that carrier build. And again, I really strongly feel that most other players probably would be like, WTF, how do I react to this? But we saw Huck play that game pretty cool. He got a stalker count up really high. I mean, there was a period where, let's be honest, he had like no anti-air. The Archons got wiped out. The few, like 7 stalkers that were available were dying to the Void Rays. That game was scary for but an instant. And I really feel it was Huck's decision to go for the attack and force Gosudark to defend that really gave him the time, not just to get that 4th base up, but to get that stalker count to where it needed to be. And that sort of decision-making does not come easily. So painting high prize. Or high praise? Oh, English.
I think it was really important that Huck did react as he did in like the composition, but just like how fast he expanded when he realized what was going on. So we were kind of questioning the Colossus, and maybe the Colossus never really did help out, but like it was more important that he saw like, okay, this guy's probably not going to attack me anytime soon, and expanded like really, really fast. So he had a big enough economy vote and warp in like, you know, 6 stalkers at a time, because anything less and those Void Rays do take it down. Well, we'll see if Gosudark has the same ideas. I feel like that was a map-oriented idea, build, composition. You know, obviously you get 3 bases very easily on the map, 4 bases really easily on that map. And he also didn't have to deal with Huck's early game aggression either. So it might have been a response to that as well. Like, okay, I dealt with the 3-gate really easily. Let me go ahead and like do this because he's expanding. So I doubt we're going to see that on Merry-Go-Round. Merry-Go-Round plays a lot more to aggressive games.
Yeah, I almost went full man on Twitter, full old man on Twitter just now. Put a tweet out basically say like, you know, even if he doesn't win, I'm in love with Gosudark for his PvPs. And I was gonna, I don't know why hashtag should be like top of my mind, right? It's 2014. I use Twitter, but for some reason I almost wrote £. I don't know what's wrong with me. Help me. Why am I an old man right now? It's all the gas.
Throat pound sign.
Yeah, like POUND.
God.
Like a telephone. Like, you know, please enter your state your name and then press the pound sign.
Sure. Sure.
Oh, Stargates for both though. Yo, okay, call it right now. Oracle Oracle or Phoenix Phoenix? Or Phoenix Oracle. Whoa.
Phoenix Oracle.
I'm just gonna say Oracle Oracle.
Okay.
I might turn into Phoenix afterwards once they recognize what's going on, of course. But if Huck actually opens with a Phoenix...
One
Huck,
Oracle.
okay, but here's the thing. If Huck opens with a Phoenix, he basically automatically wins this game.
I know, right?
There's so much dedication to this Oracle that if it gets shut down that easily, it's over. Not Oracle Oracle. Zombie Gump, you forgot we were on North America.
wait. He might change it if he scouts this.
Oh, that is true.
Never mind. He won't scout it. Okay. Okay, well now it's going to be really awkward. Gosudark's going to scout... No, Huck scouts Gosudark's Oracle first because that pylon, haha.
Yeah, well, doesn't cancel the Oracle, but we'll get a Phoenix to follow this up and chrono boosting it as well. Photon Overcharge should be able to buy him more than enough to start this. Time, that is.
He didn't get one. There it is. Where's your mothership core? It was off trying to be aggressive. So it's not even like popping it now. Like the Oracle's gonna get away. Yeah, the Oracle's gonna get away. Oracle's nope. It just dived. So,
wrecked.
Okay,
but
then.
7 kills, not horrible. Meanwhile, Huck's Oracle is still trying to do that damage as well. He's also not going to try to run away. One of the comforts is that like you realize you've killed your opponents, so you can kind of sacrifice yours as well. So they both trade out 7 probes for 7 probes. Not the craziest opening to this game. Could have been much worse for both sides, quite frankly. But what Huck does need to do is get his gas going again. I'm not sure if this is intentional or not, because sometimes you will see like the 1-2, 2-2, but this late, like 2-2 at least, right? There we go.
Yeah, he's really like lost. Does not have a lot of gas, whereas Gosudark has a lot of gas, a lot of minerals, and is warping in right now. Photon Overcharge was using that Oracle. It's about to run out.
This one Phoenix is actually gonna be fantastic for the fight because it can lift up one of the stalkers, giving Huck a very, very large advantage.
Oh, it did run out. That was chrono boost. Yeah.
Looks up the Zelda set, not a bad choice.
That makes it easier to micro, although he does mess up the micro. He loses one stalker. A couple of probes are pulled. Gosudark's always going to be favorable in this position because he can always pull those probes, but they're on 3 gates each. Gosudark should not lose to this.
Huck should at least get this mothership core. There's no reason to live. There we go. But you know what? He devastates the probe count while this is going. So, well, yeah, Gosudark holds. Yeah. Down 14 workers, 13 versus 21.
It's just like the question of why, right? Like, wait. Yeah. Oh, Huck got... Okay, I don't know how many Huck got with that Oracle, but he was the one that dedicated to another Phoenix, and I guess the Phoenix did take out one Zealot. Did they both 7?
Yeah. That's one of the points I made.
Oh, wow. I didn't know it was exactly identical.
I feel like you don't listen to me sometimes when we cast together, and it makes me a little bit sad, Zombie Girl. I'm using words like I feel because I want you to understand my expressions. I tried really hard to listen for how many probes he killed because I wanted to know, so I'm really surprised I didn't hear it when he talked about it. In all seriousness, joking aside, he is continuing to invest in the Phoenix, though, which I do find a little bit crazy. Not that it's a bad choice, but it's I don't know. It's getting probe kills, I guess, so he's got that much going for him. But if he uses all the Graviton Beam energy here, he might not be able to stop the attack, I wonder. I mean, there are pylons on this side of the map. Warp-ins will be present, and there's no mothership core for like an overcharge. But he can warp in 1 sentry and hold. He can warp in 2 sentries if he wasn't supply blocked. Did he never just? He just never even made that mothership core. Oh. No, that's getting out here. Yeah, he's not even like all that gas in Phoenixes instead. I guess he could sentry off the ramp for a long time and just keep using his Phoenixes to win the game. So I saw mothership core on the production. I thought it was Huck's, and it's Gosudark just dying. Like he made it in the face of a bunch of Phoenixes. I don't. Not the wisest decision. Are you for real, Phoenixes? Like Gosudark is like praying for the Phoenixes to just freaking leave his mineral line alone. And instead he just gets force-footed out and he loses the game. All right, Huck 2-0.